Hello, business leaders. I'm Roger Haskett. We're talking about building engagement strategies now to increase resilience. We're talking about building resilience strategies to increase engagement. And what we're talking about is how to create right now a home office for you, a video home office, so that you can get a bunch of issues out of your head. Let me tell you what I mean in a short story. My brother and I work with my brother. We were on a Zoom meeting last week, and there were 9 of us. We're in sort of like a Brady Bunch thing where we're looking at each other and talking. It was awesome. Tons of amazing content that came out of it. The moment we signed off and we were looking at each other, I was like, I got a question for you. And he said, before that, I got to ask you a question. He goes, really, is my face really this long? And I was like, I started to laugh because I was like, my goodness, the question I was going to ask you is my face really this red? Because what clearly was happening is that during that presentation, no matter how great it was, part of our energy, part of our brain space was being taken up by the idea of what do I look like? What am I coming across as? Now, that is not a wasted idea. That is what we do want to be thinking about, but we don't want to be thinking about that during an important meeting. What we want is to be thinking that up in advance and setting up our office space, our home office space in such a way that you stop thinking about these issues. So the most important, we're going to talk about a variety of these issues on these short videos this week. But the first one you need to be thinking of is, how is your office set up for video? So I have switched my office around completely. If you notice now, what's going on with my office is that I created all this space here for me to walk and move around in, so that when I'm on a meeting, I can be interacting like this, but I also have the ability to talk, because lots of meetings that are going to be happening are really brainstorming. They're your normal retreat meetings. They're your normal, hey, let's get in a room together and figure out an issue. So it's not going to be all like, hey, we're presenting, or hey, we're pitching. It's going to be, hey, we're thinking, hey, we're working. So you need to set up your office so that it works for you. Now, I'm a mover. If I don't move in the course of an idea, that idea is half as good as it should be. And I believe this. So like, if I sit my whole day sitting down in this chair, which is where my office, my chair is right there, I am not nearly as effective as if I'm up and moving. Now, the problem is that under video, under the pressure that video puts on us, and the pressure of setting up our room, etc., usually people will just gravitate. They'll just default to having their camera set up through their computer so that they're sitting almost always for what they're doing. That is a big mistake. You want to be getting your body involved in your life, in your business, in your life, everything. You want your body involved. That's where you get power and you get ideas, and movement gives you different perspectives. So you desperately want to figure out how to create a home office space, a remote office space that involves movement that allows you to move around and do things. And like, I got to think about these things, or even like, hey, look, I got I got to talk to you a little bit more intimately right now. Like, I've got this idea, and it's, the idea is that if we make sure that everyone's offices have space for movement, and the videos are set up so that they look great and that they still capture movement, that we will actually be ahead of our potentially competitors, or we will also be ahead of where we were. Why? Because we have solved problems, and we are then moving forward with those problems behind us now. So the first problem that we're talking about right here is setup of your space. Find a way to set up your office space that it encourages you to move, and it encourages you to stand, so that you can stand for the important stuff. Right? Like, there are important things that need to happen that you need your body involved. All right, so we're already over 2 to 3 minutes. We're at 4 minutes, but movement and office space and camera setup to allow you to do that is extremely important. We're going to come back and talk more about what you do with your face and body, with lights, etc., in this week, and all with the idea of how to free up your brain, so that it can focus on the things that are really important right now. Pandemic issues, communication issues, how to keep your company afloat issues, how to bring the important things to the world if that's what your company does. Those sort of important things. Not, hey, what do I look like in this meeting? Or, why do I seem so small? Or why is only the why can't anyone see my eyes properly? All of these things we need to resolve so that you can do the important stuff that you normally do and get this stuff all happening to support you in what you do. That's what we're working on. I'm Roger Haskett. We're talking to business leaders about how to create more engagement online, how to create more resilience through remote. That's a really good title. Remote resilience, or more resilience through remote. I'll think about that. I'm Roger. Oh wait, I got to change it. I'm Roger Haskett.